This also connects to another point that's essential to understand about the domestic abuser, which is that his behavior is instrumental, not irrational. And I'll explain what I mean by this. What I mean by this is that his behavior is not a kind of random explosiveness. It's not a kind of uncontrolled, unpredictable lashing out. His abusiveness is an instrument that he uses effectively and strategically to get what he wants. And he often doesn't look like someone who's being effective and strategic because he's all red in the face and he kind of looks berserk. But he does this in ways that entirely work for him. And when police come, he tends to suddenly change. So he's obviously not that out of control or out of control at all if he can suddenly turn it off when there's police at the door and start working on convincing them that she's the one that was the cause of whatever just happened. And one of the techniques that I've used with clients a lot over the years, because I was a counselor for abusers for many years, is to ask him, whatever he admits to having done, why he hadn't done something even more serious. Okay, you slapped her twice, you forced her to the ground, but you didn't, according to the police report, you didn't kick her in the head. Why didn't you kick her in the head? He'll always tell you. He'll tell you. He won't say, geez, I just don't know. I just stopped. I don't know why. I just came out of a fog I was in or something. No. He'll say, oh, I could kill her if I did that. I didn't want to kill her. Or I would never do that. That's a terrible thing to do.